Nothing gets out every stain, but Era Plus gets out many of the toughest with the power of protein. Era Plus. Nothing gets out every stain, but Era Plus gets out many of the toughest with the power of protein. Era Plus.
When I grew up, my parents used a powder, and when we were first married, I again used a powder, and I switched to Era, and I like it. I use Era on sweaters, I use it on fancy blouses, underwear.
For my sheets, for my husband's clothes, for my children's clothes, for my clothes.
Lots of women are switching to Liquid Era because it does a great job on their wash, even most greasy, oily dirts.
Fine washables even, I use Era. And I wash about 15 loads a week.
You just used a quarter of a cup. Your clothes are clean.
When you get a grease spot, you take your quarter cup of Era, pour part of it on the spot, rub it in, and put it in your washing machine. Put the rest of your laundry in, and add the rest of your quarter cup. Most powders will not clean grease spots like Era does. Era is terrific, and it's amazing the job that it does on my clothes, my family's clothes.
Switch to Liquid Era. It outpowers the powders.
Era is just a great product. I would never switch back to a powder. Never.
Stains. Tough stains on laundry. Today, there's a liquid laundry detergent that lets you write them off, even set in blood. Like that. Era Plus. The plus is protein, because many stains like blood and grass are made of protein. And protein gets out protein. Nothing gets out every stain, but Era Plus gets out some of the toughest, with the surprising cleaning power of protein.
When stains are set in, soaked through, dried on, you need the protein power of Era Plus. Era Plus, protein power to cut clean through.
Every friendly get-together has moments you can't forget. Moments that stay with you, dried in, soaked through. That's when you need the power of protein, Era Plus. Watch Era cut clean through this protein stain. Protein gets out protein, and while nothing cleans every stain, Era cleans many you thought were unforgettable. Era Plus, protein power to cut clean through.
When the job calls for stain cleaning and added whitening and brightening, there's a powerful new tool. Introducing Era with Bleach Alternative. The power of Era with improved whitening and brightening. Era with Bleach Alternative. It's the new power tool for stains.
Don't end up with rags. Start with Era Plus, with built-in stain removers to get many stains out on the very first try. It's Era Plus, or else.
Era Plus takes on today's toughest laundry problem. Your children. They're why you need the protein power of Era Plus. Nothing cleans every stain, but watch Era cut clean through muddy dirt and tough protein stains like grape juice. and tomato soup. See, protein gets out protein. Think you've got problems? They're child's play for Era Plus. Protein power to cut clean through.
What could be better than Era Plus at getting out laundry stains? A more powerful Era Plus that gets out even more stains. Introducing a new Era Plus with more protein power to get out more tough stains. An Era Plus that goes beyond grape juice to clean barbecue sauce and gravy. Just pre-treat stains and add a quarter cup for the whole wash. Nothing gets out every stain, but the extra protein in new Era Plus gets out more of the toughest. New Era Plus, more protein than ever to clean more stains than ever.
Chocolate sauce, soaked in. Motor oil, seeped in. Collis oil, ground in. Unless you clean the dirts that go all the way through, your whole wash isn't clean. That's why we invented Era. Era has the power of cleaners for deep down dirt, for soaked in grease, for seeped in oil, for ground in collis oil. Penetrating cleaners concentrated into one powerful quarter cup. Think collis oil is tough to clean? Watch Era clean through 2 tough stains plus the collis oil. Put a teaspoon of Era only on the top. Rub, run under water, and look. Era cleaned all the way through, even through the collis oil. That's the kind of clean you want for all your wash. Era cleans all the way through.
I used to change my niece's diapers. Now she tries to change how I do laundry. She says if your powder needs help, like spray for bacon grease and liquid for colors, why use it? Era has ingredients like these, so Era does it all by itself. Then she pins that grease just to show me that Era will clean it. Jeans, collars, even that grease. Era did it all by itself. All times change.
Era does it.
All by itself.
Think about some of your toughest stains. Your most difficult. Your most painful. For these, you might think of trying a pre-treater.
Think again of Era Plus. Here's why. This pre-treater can't beat this grass stain, even with detergent. But watch Era power through with just a spray of water. So when you think of stains, think of this, Era Plus, the power tool for stains.
When you don't get stains clean on the first try, you may end up with rags. You should try Era. Era Plus, with the plus of built-in stain removers for the power to get many stains out on the very first try. It's Era Plus. Or else. When your favorite shirt ends up polishing your favorite car, when your Sunday best now cleans your windows spotless, when you don't get stains out on the first try, you may end up with rags. You should try Era. Era Plus, with the plus of built-in stain removers with the power to get many stains out on the very first try. It's Era Plus. Or else.
Pump it. Squeeze it. Spray it. Forget it.
When these pre-treaters fail, try harder with Era Plus. Here's why. This pre-treater can't beat this grass stain, even with detergent. But watch Era power through with just a spray of water. Era Plus, the power tool for stains.
It has the power of protein. The power to clean many tough stains. It's the power of Era Plus with stain cleansing proteins. And while nothing gets out every stain, Era Plus has the power to clean many of the toughest. Era Plus. Stains come clean with the power of protein.
Hidden deep in the mountains of your dirty laundry are some very tough stains. Introducing an incredible new laundry detergent that gets them out. Introducing new Era Plus with protein. Why protein? Because stains like tough color soil, ketchup, even ground-in grass are made of protein. And protein gets our protein stains. Era Plus on even set in blood. Protein gets out protein. Put a little AeroPlus on problems. Add a quarter cup to clean the whole wash. Nothing gets out every stain, but new AeroPlus will get out some of the toughest. New AeroPlus with protein gets out stains to get your whole wash clean.
The fresh scent of Era. How fresh is it? Era, fresh and clean as the air after a spring shower. What do you say to mustard, to barbecue, to grass? Let the protein power of Era do the talking. And just say, scram. Era reigns over stains.
Seemed like the only answer to stains. But there's something with power that hits stains, like a wrecking ball. Power that digs into stains, like a drill. It's not a pre-treater. It's new Ultra Era. Now so powerful, you actually use less. This pre-treater can't beat this stain even with detergent. But watch Era cut through with just a spray of water. For power that comes on like a ton of bricks. It's Ultra Era, the power tool for stains.
When they're soaked in, penetrating, when they're protein stains, you need more power to cut through. The protein power of new Era Plus. This grape stain is made of protein, and protein gets out protein. Now Era has more power to cut through the ground-in dirt below. Nothing gets out every stain. But now there's new Era Plus. Protein power to cut clean through.
Some stains get on the fabric, but when they take hold of the fabric itself, you need new hope, new Era, a new, more powerful protein to help seek out the stain, to penetrate down to the very fiber, to strip it clean. So now, when stains get so tough you think you'll never get them clean, don't give up hope. Reach for new Era, new hope for tough stains.
In the next few weeks, in stores across America, you will begin to find a remarkable new laundry detergent. It will be called New Formula Era. This new Era will be a new combination of powerful cleaners. Cleaners that will work hard on ordinary dirts, tough dirts, grease, oil, and food soils. Cleaners that will work even harder than before on collars, all concentrated into 1/4 cup. Try it for yourself. Look for the special Era coupon in many newspapers the week of May 10th.
When you have a fight on your hands, choose your weapon carefully.
If you buy this so-called value brand detergent, you're paying for 90% water. But Ultra Era is concentrated with 2 times the detergent, which means more tough stain-cutting power to help get your whole wash clean. What would you rather pay for? More water or more stain removal? Ultra Era, the power tool for stains.
You don't have money to burn, so you save with a low-price detergent. And for this tough stain, you add a pre-treater. There's only one problem. These 2 products together cost more and do less than this product alone. Ultra Era. This pre-treater plus this big cap full of low-price detergent can't beat this stain. But just a small dose of Ultra Era cuts right through. That's proof you can take to the bank. Ultra Era, the power tool for stains.
How do you measure the power of a laundry detergent? This takes a 1/2 cup to clean your wash. Era Plus, just a 1/4 cup. But which has more power on many stains? We're right on grape juice with this leading 1/2 cup you've been using for years. Then Era Plus. See how Era puts more concentrated power right on the stain to clean rings around the 1/2 cup. So do you want to use more detergent or more power? Era Plus. The protein power is in the 1/4 cup.
protein stains. When they're ground in, soaked through, you need the power to cut through. The protein power of Era Plus. Just watch. This grass stain is made of protein, and protein gets out protein. And look, Era even has the power to cut through the ground-in dirt below. Nothing gets out every stain, but with Era Plus, you've got protein power to cut clean through.
This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. It wasn't even noon today when the temperature at Sioux Falls in South Dakota was over 100. In Georgia, a woman died from heat stroke while she was working in a tobacco field. There was some rain in Iowa today, which was good for the soybeans, but in some parts of Illinois, there is no moisture available in the top 6 inches of soil. And here in the Northeast, there has been a break in the heat. It is in the Midwest and the South where the drought and the heat still hold people and animals and the land in their grip, where some people have become so distraught they have told their congressman, God is against us. ABC's Chris Bury is in the Midwest.
From ABC News, World News Sunday, here's Sam Donaldson.
Good evening. With Israeli investigative committees now looking into the circumstances of how convicted spy Jonathan Pollard came to work for Israel against the United States, one of the key figures in the case may be ready to challenge the official Israeli government story of non-involvement. Raphael Ityan has reportedly been telling friends top officials of the Israeli government knew all about Pollard's activities. Details from Dean Reynolds in Israel.
From ABC News, World News Saturday. Tonight, reporting from New York, here's Peter Jennings.
Good evening. It looks as if this moment, as if only a political miracle will prevent a massive U.S. invasion of Kuwait and Iraq sooner rather than later. The Soviet Union has spent all day trying to stave off an American attack, but when the Iraqi president, Saddam Hussein, didn't in any way meet President Bush's deadline today for beginning to get out of Kuwait, the die was clearly cast. Baghdad Radio warned again that Americans and their allies would be turned to ashes in what they have so often called the mother of all battles. But every other political military indication would appear to favor the Allied coalition. To begin with tonight, we want to check in with our Pentagon correspondent and our White House correspondent.
A brief profile of the foremost television journalists in the world today. ABC News. We're changing the face of television news.
Every week, more people get their news from ABC News than any other source.
We try to look at the world with a very exacting eye.
Expect the world of ABC News.
An ABC News brief. Now from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Good evening. Good economic news today. The index of leading economic indicators was up for the third month in a row, and factory orders were up as well for the first time in months. It could mean that the recession has bottomed out. But that won't help some communities. The Pentagon has added 36 more bases to the list of those that could be closed. Next on 2020, inside the minds of serial killers. Tonight, at least one person is dead, killed at the Beirut airport by the hijackers of a TWA jet. And once again, the plane is airborne. It's been a 3-city, 21-hour odyssey of fear as the airliner, with more than 100 Americans aboard, was forced from Athens to Beirut, to Algiers, back to Beirut, and now destination unknown. Only hours ago, it was given clearance to land at Beirut with just 2 minutes of fuel remaining.
I implore you, sir, to cooperate and allow us to land this aircraft before we crash. You might just pass on to them that the hijacker tells me that I must land on the airport even though I crashed the airplane.
Good evening. I'm Ted Koppel, and this is Nightline. We'll have the latest news on this tragic situation, including live reports from Beirut. Among our guests, the ambassadors from both Lebanon and Iran.
This is ABC News Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Just a word to those of you expecting to see that ABC Sports Special featuring second-round highlights from the U.S. Open Golf Championship. They will be seen immediately following this program. At the State Department, a special task force has been in place since this morning when 2 Shiite gunmen hijacked a TWA jetliner shortly after takeoff from Athens. From what we hear, the government is at this time getting much of its information from foreign and U.S. news organizations. President Reagan is at Camp David. Meanwhile, at Beirut International Airport, twice today, that TWA 727 landed and then took off again, most recently within the past hour. The conversation you're about to hear was recorded just moments ago as the pilot of TWA's Flight 847 spoke with the control tower at Cyprus.
TWA 847, 108 passengers and 8 crew. TWA 847, destination Algiers. Route after Syria, standby.
Joining me now on a live phone hookup from Beirut, Mutual Broadcasting correspondent Maggie Farr.
March 13th, 1995.
Mr. Furman's global attitudes toward race specifically, and in particular, couples that are racially mixed, such as Mr. Simpson and Nicole. It's fair game for questioning.
Who is the real Mark Furman?
Weren't you a little bit angry that you were being shoved out for murder in your own territory? No.
Is he a dedicated detective or an angry racist cop?
You had no conversation with Kathleen Bell about matters offensive to people who are racially sensitive. Is that correct? That's correct.
Tonight, the state versus O.J. Simpson, the detective under cross-examination.
This is ABC News Nightline. Substituting for Ted Koppel and reporting from Washington, Cokie Roberts.
It was the day avid trial watchers have been waiting for. The detective whose life has been picked over piece by piece, both on TV and in print. The man who says he found the famous bloody glove. Mark Furman on the stand with the defense ready to start questioning. After weeks of often tedious testimony, this promised to be the Perry Mason moment, complete with a performance by the man whose name commands top billing among O.J. Simpson's star lawyers, the legendary F. Lee Bailey. Would Bailey push Furman into losing his cool? Could the lawyer portray the detective as a bigot, ready to plant evidence in order to implicate a black hero? Or would Furman convince the jury and the viewers that he came upon that damning blood-covered glove just as he said he did? The prosecution made sure we all heard about that discovery one more time before turning over Mark Furman to the defense. Here's Nightline correspondent Judy Muller.
Tonight on Nightline, Christian conservatives fight to redefine the Republican Party. I'm Diane Sawyer in New York. Good night to all of you. Bye, Sam.
Good night, Diane. I'm Sam Donaldson in Los Angeles. Tomorrow night in 2020, travelers beware. You could be arrested in a foreign country for reasons you might never suspect. Important advice in time for your vacation. Join us again next Thursday evening for another edition of Primetime Live.
For transcript of 2020, send $5 to 2020 Transcripts, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 10007, or call 212-227-READ. For availability of a video cassette version of a 2020 segment, please call the same number.
We interrupt our regular program schedule to bring you the following special report from ABC News in Washington. Here is correspondent David Brinkley.
We interrupt our regular program schedule to bring you a special report from ABC News. From New York, here's Peter Jennings.
We interrupt our regular program schedule to bring you a special report from ABC News. Here is Peter Jennings.
This is an ABC News special report.